So it'll be Coyne and it will be Clemens. Jumping center, Railers in their road greens. Final regular season contest of the year. Getting ready to get started here from Lober-Nika. Thank you for joining us on a Friday night. Ball is up. Grant Coyne tips it back, and the Railers will have first possession moving right to left here in the first half.
2-3 zone to start for Lanphier. Railers ought to get some shots off against that.
Nelson fires up a long three. No good. Coyne tries to tip it back out into the hands of Eric Harper. Harper will hand it back to Clemens, and the Lions will have their first possession here tonight. Murdoch down in the corner, dumps it down low, tipped away by Kirby. Austin tracks it down, gets it to Coyne. Austin will get it ahead to Jordan Nelson across the timeline. Nathaniel in the left corner. Looks to skip across to Gesner in the right corner. Inside to Brandt. Brandt turns from 12, and it won't go. Nathaniel with the tip, no good. Gets the rebound, goes up off the glass, won't go down. Murdoch the board for Lanphier.
Railers pound the offensive board that time and didn't get away with anything, but it will pay off if they continue to do that.
Murdoch over to Clemens.
This is longer than anybody went in the first game without scoring, Jeff.
Murdoch dribbled it off his foot right to Nathaniel. Up quickly to Austin Kirby. Kirby now to Smith across the timeline. Nelson on the right side. Gesner in the right corner fires off a three and connects.
Yeah, good extra pass there by Nelson. He thought about the three, but a little far out. Kicked it to Gesner, who was right on the line and got his feet set to knock it down.
Murdoch tried to get it over Nelson. Jordan jumps up, grabs it, goes in for the layup.
Jordan did not try to dunk that one, Jeff, which is probably good, as he wants to play some tonight. Quick timeout by Lanphier that time.
Yeah, the seniors are now coming back to the bench for Lanphier as their normal squad will replace them.
Well, that's not surprising. They need to win this basketball game for their own morale, and it's nice to play the seniors, but at the end of the day, you got to win a ball game.
Interesting thing. If you're a coach, do you do that?
I don't.
Okay.
I
know some do, some choose not to.
Yep, you try to get them as many minutes as you can all year, but at the end of the day, you're trying to win ball games. But I think that's just individual style points.
So in the contest for Lanphier is Larry Austin Jr., TJ Davis. Jumper from the right side, Murdoch, no good. High for the rebound is Clemens. Ball loose on the floor. Nathaniel tries to track it down, still trying to come out of there with it, and he does.
Boy, Lanphier really tying him up.
And then a timeout's taken by the Railers. Nathaniel is stuck in the backcourt and didn't have anybody come help him to try and get the ball into the front court.
Coach and staff yelling at everybody, get back, come back, come back, come back. He was buried on the baseline there.
Yeah, and a good job by Smitty of scrapping underneath. There were several Lanphier Lions under there and he was battling with, and Smitty comes out on top of it. And a big loose ball, that's one thing we talked about. The Railers, if they're going to compete down in the far into the regional and into the state tournament, they've got to get a lot of the loose balls.
Yep, we will always get out rebounded. We have to score off turnovers. We have to generate more turnovers, and we got to get every loose ball. So the Railers inbound under their own basket, or under the Lanphier basket, going the length of the floor.
Coyne gets it ahead to Gesner. Gesner to a cutting Coyne. Brandt to Smith. Smith, top of the key now, left side to Kirby. Kirby dumps it down for Brandt, a little over his head, and it's taken away by Davis for Lanphier. First turnover for the Railers. Up to Clemens, back to Davis, tracks it down before it goes backcourt. 2 minutes into the contest, Railers up 5-0. Austin looks to make a move, jumps out to Davis. Inside to Murdoch in the lane, dumps it over underneath to Austin Jr., and he's going to be whistled for steps.
That's a rerun of the game in Lincoln where they get it to Murdoch in the middle of the lane. Yeah. Either goes to the hoop, shoots it, or passes to a cutter on the baseline.
Yeah, we need the coach to remind the refs about 3 seconds in there.
Yeah.
Kirby.
Good luck on that one.
Timeline. Knocked into the backcourt by Davis. Railers will recover. Gesner tries to go by Murdoch, and the big man will be whistled for his first foul.
Jordan's not a little guy, but Murdoch puts a forearm on him, and Jordan goes flying.
5:26 to go in the first quarter. Nelson will inbound, right side baseline. Nelson looking. Coyne pops out. On top to Kirby.
Smith with guarded by Powers.
Nathaniel goes back door to Nelson, and
I don't know, no signal, but it looks like stepped on the baseline.
Yep, so a turnover by the Railers gives it back to Lanphier.
6 turnovers here in the first 3 minutes.
Davis and Austin in the backcourt.
That's total turnovers, 4 by Lanphier, 2 by the Railers.
Almost stolen by Kirby. Austin's going to drive in, flips it over to Murdoch, and Austin's going to be whistled for steps again. He'd have been fine if he'd have pulled up and shot it, but he tried to dump it down to Murdoch for a shot in the lane.
Indecisions costly.
So yeah, even though up 5-0, a sloppy start to this one.
Well, as long as Lanphier won't bring Murdoch all the way up to press, their press is going to be completely ineffective. We just inbounded to Coyne.
Brandt to Gesner in the left corner, dumps it down to Nathaniel, working against Clemens. Nathaniel with a move in the lane, flips it up, no good. Rebound comes down to Clemens, and quickly Davis into the front court. Nathaniel with a bump, no call. Davis pulls up from 15, missed it. Ball's tipped out of bounds. Nope, tracked down by Clemens for Lanphier. Davis makes a move. His 15-foot jumper is good.
Yeah, that's a spot we want to go to is Nathaniel in the post again. He's got to go up a little bit stronger. There's going to be people coming down to help on for Mr. Powers.
Only the second Lanphier shot of the game.
Nelson hands back to Gesner.
A 6'1" Clemens on Nelson. That's going to be a tough matchup for him.
Coyne backdoor, nice cut, nice look. Nathaniel missed the layup. Ahead quickly, Clemens with a nice catch, lays it off the glass, no good, but Davis is there for the follow.
Well, the Railers stuck there, didn't get back, and got 2 looks, and the second one went in.
Brant Coyne does the duty of bringing the ball up for the Railers. Now to Gesner, 3:40 to go in the first quarter. Railers up by 1 at 5-4. Kirby, sloppy pass, tipped over to Austin. Austin makes a behind-the-back move, lost it, and then he's going to be called for double dribble.
Either way, he did double dribble, he also traveled.
Yeah, Nathaniel not had a good start to the game. He's got to bring it now because he's got a turnover there and a couple layups he should have made, and we're going to need Nathaniel tonight.
Yep, he's got to relax. I think he's trying a little hard. Last game of his regular season of his career.
Gesner to Coyne.
Straight man now for Lanphier.
Coyne working against Murdoch. Kirby hands to Nelson. Nelson rises up for 3 and connects.
There you go. They set a nice screen for him, and Jordan, all he needs is an inch.
Railers up 8-4, approaching the 3-minute mark of the first quarter. Davis flips it over to Austin. Down in the corner to Clemens. Clemens kicks it back out to Davis at the top of the key. Pulls up, jumper, shot up an air ball. And guys, you know the one thing is the ball will go back to the Railers. We know Austin's a good freshman. We know how heralded he is. But can you imagine Coach Alexander if someone tried a behind the back, going, on the layup?
Yes, I can. Once he recovered from his stroke, that one kid would no longer be playing.
So Austin checks out Jake Olson into the contest for the first time. And against Moline, with Austin out, Jake gave this team some really good minutes.
He did. Jake, Coach said it right. If he's 6'1", he's an All-American.
Jake throws it away, back and forth. Powers will lay it up and in.
Railers real sloppy with the basketball. 4 turnovers down to 6 for Lanphier.
Railers get it in the front court. Olson kicks it over to Gesner. Gesner. And they're going to say it was the last touch by Jordan.
Railers seem real frantic on the offensive end. I don't know if they're letting Lanphier push them out or they're just not running the offense. But boy,
not a lot of spacing. Not a lot of spacing for the Railers. Don't look like we know where we're supposed to be right now.
Pass intended for Powers down low is tipped away by Coyne.
Turnover fest here.
2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Railers on top, 8-6. Gesner working against Davis. Smith handles.
We just seem to be playing like we're in a hurry.
Drives down the lane, and a foul is going to be whistled on Lanphier. Well, we talk about turnovers. Last night in the girls 3A sectional final, Springfield won, committing 32 turnovers.
And won.
That means you're really good.
1 a minute, man. 1 a minute.
Bad.
Yeah. You shouldn't win a sectional with that.
Foul on Powers. They get it inbounds to Nelson. Goes up over Davis. Spins off the rim. No good. Tracked down by Brigady. Brigady between the leg dribble. Flips it over to Boozer. 1:45 to go. Lincoln on top. 8-6 first quarter. Brady will back the dribble near the timeline. Working against Olson at the top of the zone.
Brady really hurt the Railers in Lincoln.
Davis now to Brigady. Tries to drive against Nathaniel. Cut off there. They get it inside to Boozer, but a foul is going to be whistled, and that's going to go against Olson. That'll be the first on the Railers. Austin Jr. back in. He replaces Davis. 1:28 to go. Railers up 8-6.
A little surprised we haven't seen Van Hook. Seems the kind of game it's made for him, and I think he had a pretty good game when we played at Lincoln, with Lanphier at Lincoln.
Right corner, 3 on the way. That's off no good. Gesner tries to get the rebound. Austin comes down with it. Ball loose. Olson's down there, still trying to fight for it. Austin flips it up, and it's good. We are tied at 8 as we approach 1:05 to go in the first. Railers break the pressure. Nelson thought about firing a 3. 1 minute to go in the first, tied at 8.
Very sloppy as the Railers have been. Tied at 8's a pretty good score.
Nathaniel looks to go baseline, and a bump's going to be whistled on Powers as Nathaniel goes down. That'll be the second on Powers.
Yeah, and a good job by Nathaniel. What he's got to do is continue to go to the basket. He's had two missed opportunities on layups, but he's got to continue to do it. That's what has been his force on this team lately, especially here in the last couple months, of him penetrating to the hoop and getting easy layups. And the guy that's guarding him now cannot stay with him, whether he goes outside and makes him drive or gets in the post. He's got to go strong to the hoop.
You know, Murdoch's got a leg that weighs more than Van Hook.
We talk about Nathaniel going to the basket. In the last 12 games, he's shot 77 free throws, and he's shooting 84% from the line in those 12 games.
Well, and that's the result of going to the hoop. You know, you wouldn't have saw that in the first month from Nathaniel Smith. He's probably shot more free throws in the last month than he did leading up to that on the season.
Nathaniel looks like he's hobbling a bit.
Nelson over to Smith. Back on top to Gesner. 45 seconds to go. Olson, Smith, along with Nelson, Gesner, and Van Hook on the floor for the Railers. Down to 40 seconds. Nelson fires one from the volleyball land. Back rims it, no good, but Nelson tracks it down. Tried to get it over to Nathaniel. It's taken away by Austin. Head quickly to Briggity. Briggity with the reverse layup. Won't go down. Ball tipped out, tracked down by Lanphier. 25 seconds to go. Inside to Boozer. Nice defense by Nathaniel. What a great play by Nathaniel. Boozer went to turn and make the basket. Nathaniel was right there. Took steps. Another turnover by the Lions.
Yeah, right there. And Lanphier guy had no idea Smitty was going to be right there.
8 turnovers for Lanphier, 6 for the Railers.
Down to 15 seconds. Van Hook on the dribble. Down he goes. And it looked like
it hit his foot.
Looked like it was last touch by Murdoch, but I think the official probably figured he missed a travel or a carries at some point.
Yeah, he may have called Van Hook for being out of bounds, but the ball went off Murdoch's foot.
So Lanphier with 4.
Ugly quarter.
With 3, Davis fires a 3. No good. Austin with the tip. Will not go down. Another tip try. We are tied at the end of 1. It's Lincoln 8, Lanphier 8. Back with the second quarter in a moment. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.